Hey guys, welcome to a new video by Technopeople, and in this video I will be teaching you guys how to make a simple Python program which will implement the Fibonacci sequence. So the Fibonacci sequence is a sequence of numbers with the third term being the sum of the first and second terms, and the fourth being the sum of the second and third terms, and so on. So we're going to spice things up in this program by taking the input from the user, and we're going to print the number of numbers for the number of terms the user wants. Okay, so I've started by naming this program with a simple comment with a hashtag, and I've also imported the time module to make the code more realistic with time stops and all. And after that, I've printed an introductory statement just saying hi. Alright, so before we start, I will encourage you guys to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates about my videos, and give this video a like. Alright, so I have started by defining three important variables: number 1, number 2, and count. So number 1 is just the first number which will be printed, and number 2 the second number which will be printed. So that is 0 and this is 1. And the count is just the number of times the numbers are printed. You'll see as we go on. And I've also taken another variable here, number of terms, which will be the input as an integer from the user, asking how many terms do you want in your sequence, and the user has to type it here. Alright, so once those things are done, I will start by some conditionals, which is the if statement, the elif statement, and the else statement. So these are the conditionals, and I am going to start with a simple if statement. So if the number of terms, so the input the user types, is lesser than or equal to 0. So this cannot be possible because the Fibonacci sequence requires a positive integer larger than 1. So if the number of terms is lesser than or equal to 0, we're just gonna print input invalid, and I'm gonna exit the program with the exit command. So this is our first condition. If the number of terms is lesser than or equal to 0, then the input is going to be valid and the program will stop. And after that, I'm going to pass in an elif statement. So elif stands for else if. So else if number of terms is equal to 1. Okay, so we're taking this because this is also going to be a second condition. So if the number of terms equals 1, then we have to just print 1 of the sequence. So we have to print your sequence is, so we're just gonna print the first term because the user wants only one term. That's kind of stupid. So we're just gonna print 0. 0 is the first term. But I don't want to directly print 0. Instead of that, I will print our variable, which is number 1. Alright, so that is the second condition. And the third condition is our main thing. So that will be done with an else statement. Else, anything else except for 1 and 0, the code will be totally valid. So else, we are going to print your required sequences. Your required sequence is, after that I'm going to define a while loop. So this loop will continue running the program again and again as long as the count of the terms printed is lesser than the number of terms required. It's number of terms. So I hope you understood this. This is just a loop which runs the program again and again till the count reaches the number of terms. Alright, so after that I am going to print the first number, which is number 1, and after that what I'm going to do is define a new variable. So the variable is, I'll just name that next term. So the next term is gonna be equal to number 1 plus number 2. Alright, so after that I am going to print the next term. So before that, what I'm going to do is add the time.sleep function which we have imported here, so the time module, just to make things more realistic. Time.sleep for 1 second. So the next term will be printed only after 1 second. Alright, and after that, after printing number one is going to be obviously 0. So after that I am going to print yes, before that I'm going to print next term. So the next term is going to be equal to 1, of course. And after that I am going to change the values of number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is going to be now equal to number 2 because it's going to change. So here number 1, which is 0, will be changed to number 2, which is equal to 1. And after that I will change the value of number 2 to be the next term. Alright, so that is done and we can just run the thing. And before that I just want to tell you guys to not forget to increment the value of the count variable each time you run the program. Alright, so after that what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the value of the count variable by 1 each time the terms are printed. Alright, so I'm going to run my program now, and before that we'll just remove this extra line which prints the next term again and again, well, along with this time.sleep function. So that's going to be our complete code for the Fibonacci sequence. So what this will do is first print number 1, which is going to be equal to 0, and after that I'm defining a new variable next term which is going to be equal to the sum of number 1 and number 2, which will be 0 plus 1 equals 1 again. So after that I'm going to change the values of number 1 to number 2. So 0 will be changed to 1 and number 2 will be changed to the value of the next term. And that will be done again and again till the number of terms are printed fully. So I'll just run this program with a sorry about that. I'll run this with a 0, which is an invalid input, and after that I will print 1. So it's gonna just print the first number, which is 0. And now is the main part of our program. I want 10 terms to be printed. 0, 1, 1, then 2, then 3, then 5, then 8, then 13, 21, 34. Yes, so I have my 10 numbers here. So 0 plus 1 equals 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, then 2, 3, 5, 3, 5, 8, 5, 8, 13, and so on. So it will print the numbers for any number we want. So any number of terms we want, the numbers will be printed. Say now I want 20 numbers. It will print it successfully. Alright, everything's going good. This is gonna be a big number, of course. 144, 233, a whooping big number. Great. So our program is amazing, and yes, so it has printed the number of terms I want for 20 terms. Alright, so our program works great, and hope you liked the video. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget to give this video a like and hit the bell icon, of course, and have a good day. Goodbye. And if you guys have any doubts on the way this program works, or any kind of doubt, you can ask me in the comments below. Alright, have a good day and goodbye.